Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Prince John Internet TV. Here we go. When upset, I've found it's valuable to get away from other people and just relax and experience the feeling. Try to determine the source of it by writing down your thoughts and capturing them so they don't keep on going around giving you a feeling of insanity. Don't try to get over the feeling too quickly. Just experience it and take your time. It's not it's not bad to feel pain. And remember, if you're in pain, you may have a propensity to judge yourself. So that's why it's important to journal so you're not uh, being self-destructive in your thought process. Uh, Now, if you feel desperate to do something, don't be ashamed about it. Like me, for example, I occasionally eat food out of garbage cans, but the reason I don't feel ashamed about it is because if other people see me and they feel nervous about it, it's their problem. It's like I'm not engaging in a moral departure. I'm trying to feed myself. It's like an emergency. I'm not stealing from anyone. and and the only person, like, say for instance, I thought somebody like my quote unquote um, parents walked by, would I be ashamed? No, I don't consider my parents my brother or sister. In fact, I don't consider either of them, even though I think they did the best they could raising me, to be a member of my spiritual family, and I refer to them on a first name basis because of this reason. If I use the term mother and father, which I do not use, by the way, then it gives me a sense of anger and upset because that term is possessive and it suggests that I'm permanently linked to them and they belong to me and vice versa, which I think is a pretty low vibration. Um, so as I was saying, even if somebody, my spiritual brother or sister, walked by and saw me picking trash out of the garbage can, even I wouldn't be worried about them judging me then because they would simply, if they really were my family, they would, share with me some food if they had some. Alternatively, anybody, I would be receptive of them being charitable to me, but not expecting. I don't expect anything of the world. All right, so just imagine this in your head for a second. Imagine you look at a person and they're smiling. Imagine that in your head, right? You know, isn't this different than looking at, say, for instance, a person you're physically attracted to and they're unhappy? There's a completely different vibration. The smile is synonymous with family, spiritual family. So that's why I glance at people and smile at them. I don't stare too long because that would be like I'm trying to impose upon them some sort of a, inclination. Remember, if others are in pain, they don't want to be happy or bright or be in a good mood or, for example, go have fun to get themselves out of it. They want to deal or be friendly to people or have people be friendly to them. What they want is space. And they need to deal with their emotions on themselves. Keep in mind, even if you're a married couple, let your spouse have some privacy sometimes in the event that they're dealing with an emotion. And try not to confuse um, desperation for your basic needs to be met versus uh, conflicting psychological issues. So in other words, it may be strategic to offer somebody some food if they look unhappy or distressed. Otherwise, give them their space. All right. And maybe offer them an email. You could email them if you had an idea for them rather than trying to help them by explaining them in detail. remember, it's not a good idea to be around people who are experiencing uh, grave emotions. You know, you want to. They could be violent. Anyone could, even me or anyone. In the spiritual realm, I think it's strategic not to try to break the law, even if no police are around. For example, jaywalking. You know, be in the energy uh, of respecting the law. Imagine if you were a police officer. It's easy for me to see how silly buying uh, unnecessary luxurious amenities is, such as when I see a fellow houseless person buying something that obviously doesn't serve them, and maybe that's an easy way for me to look at other people, because when I look at it's harder for me to look at myself and say, oh, I shouldn't be buying something in particular. Um, Sometimes I feel stressful thinking about a wife and children. Um, I think I need to take my time and just let the light work do the work. You know, it'll help to indicate me specific things and make it convenient for me. Like present me with. I mean, when I walk around after doing the light work, it's like as if everything is shown and given to me, everything that I need. And so it's an incredible experience. For example, I don't even have to think about going into the bathroom to have some bedroom time with myself. I simply am shown a bathroom and I naturally know, okay, there I go. Now, the underlying concern over here might be, how do I know if I'm following a good or a bad spirit? Like, if it really is a result of the light work and something positive, and confirming to my life objectives and overall well-being, or some type of a bad spirit trying to lead me into darkness. You gotta ask those things. Okay, here comes part two. I'll be right back.